The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Titans and the reigning Super Bowl champs. Next on Madden NFL 22.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs.
Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Come on now, let's go.
The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And when you think about his performance this year, you have to have nothing but admiration the way that he passed his team into the playoffs. They threw it around so well in the regular season, but in this game, the elements may affect them. I think they'll continue to fling it around until the weather slows them down. And if it doesn't, they'll continue to show the style that they've shown throughout the season.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here's Tannehill. It's caught right side, Dixon. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. It's a big play there for Tennessee. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. He's got it. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Henry will take this into the end zone for a Titans touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. Well, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Ihmir Smith-Marsette now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Now Lawrence on first down. This to the outside, it's Sermon.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make this a second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. They set up the screen for Sermon.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They go play action with Lawrence. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon.
And he stopped immediately there.
Doug Costin on the tackle. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And complete right side to Cook. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Tannehill. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They'll run on first down. Henry. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats. Look at this, 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Henry running right. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Open man is Duvernay.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Running left, it's Henry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tannehill on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run. It's Henry. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. He'll find Sermon out of the backfield.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
2nd and 11 now. From midfield now, Lawrence. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Now Lawrence.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland.
I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Sermon is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Trey Sermon who polished it all off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Here's Tannehill.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive.
And despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. And a busy night for Henry continues. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Yeah, the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He can't, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that makes it 14-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here.
They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill.
And this pass broken up. And the contact, well timed there, and now fourth down.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it off it, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence.
Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work.
Touchdown! Kadarius Toney from 13 yards out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now the try here for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Tannehill on first down. Check down here for Henry. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out and catching the ball? Or the receivers, the running backs, everyone is involved today. And what we're watching right now is really a beautiful team effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Toney. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. What a weekend it has been. This the last of our 6 games in this wildcard round as we wrap up a very exciting 2 days of NFL football. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And you can see the result there. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Browns, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded right around the 8. A dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Lawrence.
And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
That'll be complete to Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Now a handoff, Sermon.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5.
Well, the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, but here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Lawrence.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd down and goal. Lawrence. And it's caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. And they'll run with Sermon.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Trey Sermon.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff in the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
The handoff, running left, Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
On second down, it's Sermon.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
Lawrence will throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he is going to have a Browns first down.
They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Sermon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 21.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And complete, right side to Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. throwing again on second down. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Browns are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Sermon. Runs over it.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Again with Sermon.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Trey Sermon
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Trey Sermon who polished it all off with a touchdown run.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Tannehill. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your post sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. 2nd down coming up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. He completes it to Henry. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Let's get him. Come on.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw is Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Henry. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he shortened the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Browns' drive about to get started.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 49 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
This is Sermon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Sermon. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Drops this one down to Sermon. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 3. He doubled down to get 6.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. Here's Sermon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Sermon.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Here's Sermon.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now a run with Sermon.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Now Lawrence. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down now, Vincent. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one and done.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They run once more with Sermon.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past